We are filling up boxes like this and busy bags to create some activities for our kids to do in this video. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. I have a lot of ideas for you in this, things that cover math, language, sensory. We're gonna cover it all. Let's get started. I wanna start off with a busy box because these are brand new containers from Dollar Tree. I'm actually really happy to see them because they are a great new shape. They got the little snap closure. They're just a really good value. If you've been to Dollar Tree recently or been watching my videos and hauls, you will have seen that I've shown you that Dollar Tree has these base 10 blocks. So I have the 100 blocks here, 10 rods. And then in this container, I have the 1 blocks. If you haven't used base 10 blocks before, if you have no idea what I'm talking about or what these are, what they're called, or why they're called that, I have a video on base 10. We're going to put that up there in the corner because that's an important one to watch, especially if you want to get more ideas for these and how you use them. They're just a really great tool, a visual tool to understand math concepts. So we have the ones, which represent 1. We have the 10 rods, which represents 10 of those ones. So like if the child were to place them on here, they could see that 10 actually fit across. And then we have the 100 blocks, which are 100 of those ones or 10 of the 10 rods. Traditional base 10 blocks do have 1,000 block. Dollar Tree doesn't seem to have that right now. That's okay. If you're just starting with this, you don't necessarily need that one, or you can perhaps build your own. For our purposes, I wanted to show you a little activity that you could use with these. These containers are also from the Dollar Tree, and they come in 3-pack, and they conveniently fit so nicely in this container, which is why I like them. You can actually fit 5 or so of these in here. Another one, 5. I'm only going to use 2 of them for this because I'm going to store my rods, my 10s. This is a package of 2 1 units, so that's 200 in here. You only need 1 really. This is a package of 2 10 rods. You probably only need 1 of those 2. These I only have 2 of, but I would suggest getting maybe 10 of these so you can have 1,000 to do high level counting. Everything fits so nicely in here. What I did is I took some index cards. You can also get index cards at Dollar Tree, and I wrote some math numbers on here. And what you're doing is you're learning how to build these numbers. So let's do this one, for example, and these cards can go in this box too. I should say too that this activity is meant for like the 2nd or 3rd stage of learning about base 10 blocks and units and what they mean. So you definitely need to watch that video to get what I'm talking about. But if you're at this level, then this could be a good activity to work with. We're at the 100, so we need a 100 block, 40, so we need 4 10s to build this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 ones. So we have built 143 visually with our base 10 blocks. You could also do it in reverse, take the blocks and count your numbers. So this is just one simple activity to use base 10 blocks for. Definitely check out that other video where I give you the ideas of where to start and other activities you can do with base 10 blocks, but this is just one way and it fits so lovely in this little box to create a really great busy box that is math related. Dollar Tree also had this guy, which is a new box too. This one actually has a handle, which is even better, but don't put anything too heavy in there. It just won't work. Also has a little snap closure, and I thought this was a perfect size. I'd say that's about 12 inches and about maybe 4 inches deep maybe, but it's a great size for a very small sensory bin. So I wanted to put together a sensory bin because there's a lot of items at Dollar Tree that you can use to make an entire sensory bin. One of my favorite all-time fillers are these, which come in long tubes and so many different colors. They're mesh tubes. I cut mine up and I keep them in Ziploc bags because you could use all the colors throughout the year. They're an interesting texture. They're kind of a little rough, but they're very colorful, shiny, and fun. So I brought out my orange ones for fall. You can find these in so many different colors. They're usually in the seasonal section. Sometimes you can find them in the floral section. They're just a really nice, non-threatening sensory bin filler. I would say this is probably 1 package. Sometimes I'll do 2 packages to really fill it up, or I'll even mix the colors. Sensory bins are all about exploring, touching, feeling different things in different textures. So I thought I could add some of these. This is what the packaging looked like. It's mini pumpkin and gourds, and these are styrofoam and they're painted. We have some pumpkins here. They're very light gourd shaped things. And since we're doing fall, I thought they'd be a really fun, interesting element for this sensory bin. We also have a lot of fall leaves, and you can find these at Dollar Tree too. Even at Hobby Lobby, I think, has these. And I've had these, you guys. I've had these since I started the Purple Purple Alphabet. These are kind of items that you can keep and pull out when it's the right season and use them over and over and over again. You could even do the whole thing of leaves if you wanted to. And then I have some of the acrylic acorns. They also came in pumpkins. These are really pretty. They look like glass, but they're not. They're made of acrylic. And we can add a couple of those in there too, just for something different. Get some yellow in there. And then you have a bin to explore and play with and see what's in here. So these are all just different textures. That's like your base level of a sensory bin. You can elevate it by adding in a tool, sensory tool. This came from a sensory toolkit that I got on Amazon, and it's a great value. And another thing that I have used since the beginning of time with my children. Definitely need to link this for you guys, because if you haven't gotten it yet, you need to have it. Dollar Tree does have some tweezers. Sometimes they break. Sometimes people tell me they're just not the best. I haven't tried them, but you can get some tweezers at Dollar Tree. Sometimes they have them. And this just adds the next level of picking up and taking out, exploring. You can add like a cup to it, and they can collect items into a cup, or you could tell them find all the leaves. So they get to get all the leaves out and look for them in here. Other tools you can use are like scoops. Activities to do with this other than looking, touching, feeling. Pouring would be to count. So how many red leaves can you find? Got to find all the red leaves, take them out, and then maybe count them after. You can count all those acrylic pumpkins. Sometimes I'll even add in flashcards and say, find the however many acorns in the sensory bin. Very simple and easy and very pretty. And you can do so many different variations. And all of the materials in here, except for my tool, but you can find that tool, are from Dollar Tree. So this one is a busy bag using the new phonics flashcards from Dollar Tree. I kept the little box here so you can see what they look like. I love flashcards when you use them, not for like rogue memorization, right? When you use them creatively. And so this is really cool because they are made for dry erase markers, and you can wipe them clean over and over again. I picked up the phonics one. I think they had a couple of different styles. You could get the whole set and have a busy bag for each. It does say it's for grades 1 and 2, so first and second grade. So one side you have the vowel sounds that you're working on, and then there's a little spot down here where you can write it in, and there's a picture on it too, but you turn it around and there's a list of words on here. It's gum truck bug of where you're using that vowel sound, and they're like dotted lines, so you could trace over them with your dry erase marker. So I'm going to flip through a couple here so you can see some of the variety in here. What's great about this is that it's such a small item, a take and go item, so it makes a really great busy bag. Dollar Tree does have the dry erase markers. I added my own because that's what I had. It's an Expo marker. And then I also use this, which is a cosmetic sponge for an eraser. So when you're writing, you can just wipe it right off. So you get some writing practice in, although my writing is a little sloppy, and then you can just erase it real easily with these guys. This busy bag is also one from Dollar Tree. I don't typically use these. I use the ones that I'll show you here in a second, the ones I actually use, but they're from Walmart. I like those a little bit better, but this will also work just fine. And I like it because it's clear. So you can see what's in here when you're trying to grab something to go, right? So when you're all ready, I just skip the box for the busy bag. You can put them inside here and you're ready to go. I also wanted to mention a way to elevate these flashcards so that you could use them for more than just tracing and for looking at them, but is to maybe read the words on the back and have your child guess what vowel sound that is by you reading some of them. And then a final way that I think is really great to use these for is to make a story based on the pictures of the flashcards. So just picking one out. This is a story about a unicorn who saw a star in the sky and wanted to give it as a gift to a chick. And you'll be surprised what kind of stories come up. So giving you some ideas on how to use these, not just with the purpose they were intended for, but for some additional ideas that are a little bit more elevated. And then you can put in here and take and go. Really great one, you guys. Look for these. Next up, this is another Dollar Tree item. Here's the busy bags that I was talking about that I like from Walmart. They only have one side that's clear and then the other side, it's just, I feel like they're a little bit more sturdier and a little bit bigger, but either one works. But as I was saying, this is another busy bag idea. So these are actually poker chips. So I liked that they came with the 4 and they're different colors. I went ahead and made these into place value tokens. I put a sticker on here. These little round stickers are in the office section of Dollar Tree, and you're going to label them because on both sides, because on the poker chip itself, I left some here blank. It has like the poker chip denomination, like this says 100. You can barely see it, but it's kind of put on there. It says 100. So you don't want to get your children confused. So just relabel them. So I have a whole bunch of ones here. Like I said, do both sides. We have the yellow yellow, which are 10, and the green, which are 100, and our blue, 1000. So if you're working on place value, this is a really good way to do it. Also, you can work on place value with those base 10 blocks, but more about that in that other video I told you to go watch next. I have a dry erase board. They do sell these at Dollar Tree, but this one is from Daiso. And I made a chart. It's kind of ribbon off a little bit, so excuse that. Thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. I got my eraser again, and you need a dry erase marker. You can go ahead and have your child put a few tokens in the correct spot. A very hands-on activity, and then write out the number. So this is up to thousands. You don't have to do the thousands. You can start with the tens and then or go to hundreds first, whatever your child's ready for. So we have 4 1000s, we have 300, 2 tens, and 1 1. And so this is a really great way to re-emphasize place value with a hands-on activity. And then you can also write the number first. I'm sorry for the glare if there is one. And then have your child use the tokens to show that number. 100, I need any more tens here, and 2 ones. Love this little poker chip set. I think it's cute, bright, colorful. It comes with a little holder, and you can reuse this too for other math things. If you're not into doing place value yet, if that's not a concept that you're ready for, this can make a really great color sorting activity, stacking activity. You could also get like a canister, like an oatmeal canister, and cut a slot in and do some great coin slot drops with that. So some ideas for the younger kids with this. And then when they're done with that stuff, like coin drops are just too easy for them, then you can save this and do color sorting and then save it to do place value. Let it grow with your child, which is what I like, just off this $1 Dollar Tree item, and then you can keep it in a busy bag. Since we're talking a lot about math, I wanted to mention this game that was sent to me for review, and I did a whole Instagram thing on it, and so they didn't expect me to put it in a video, but I want to put it in a video because I think it's so fabulous, and it's a really great grow with you activity. It's called Wild Side, and these are number sense cards. So you get this activity book and then this whole set of cards. These cards have the number written on them. They have them represented by fingers, and they have it represented by 10 frames, and they have it represented by tally mark, and they have it represented by a number line. So every number is done that way, and it's done that way so that your child can learn based upon which skill level they are at. And there's some extra cards in here too to play some games. All of these games are listed inside this pamphlet, and not only that is it's for ages preschool all the way up to 8th grade. So the games build upon each other, and there's just different variations. One of my favorite ways to use this for, especially for the young ones, is greater than or less than. And each player pulls one card and places it face down. Then you play the game which one's greater, or you can do less than, but you can do which one's greater. And then whoever wins, other person has to take the cards until you're all done, and the last person with no cards left wins, or something like that. This is a really easy game to play. And you don't need these cards for that. You could use that with, a deck of cards, but it is kind of cool that it has all these other variations on the games. All the activities are listed by age, and you can find one that's appropriate, and then you can use this set to grow older with your kids. So that is a really cool game, and I wanted to mention to you guys because you know how I love things that can be elevated and used for years. Dollar Tree items again. This time we have the double mini dominoes, and then I also put a set of flashcards in here. There is a really old school video, a really old Purple Alphabet video, ancient vintage Purple Alphabet video that talks about activities with dominoes. I will link it up there if you promise not to laugh, because there's a lot of good games in there for dominoes. This set is special because it is the, what do they call this? They call this the double nine dominoes. So it doesn't go up to just 6. It goes up higher to 9. So you get a lot more activities with this. One of the ways I like to use the dominoes is to take a set of flashcards or make your own. And this one has numbers that go up pretty high. So you can do this where you are matching the number. I can't open it again. I love that this comes with a case, by the way. Let's start with that for our kids. So you just present a few of these, and you'd go ahead and find the matching flashcards for these numbers, but you'd prepare this ahead of time, okay? And you'd put down a card, and you'd have your child count the dots on the dominoes to find which one matches each of the flashcards you've pre-picked. So this one would be, and they can place that domino on that card. You can elevate this even further and do it as an addition. So you can have an 8 here, and then let's see what other number we got. Maybe you had a 9. They can find which domino matches that, and then you can say, okay, how much are are both of these together when you have 8 and you add 9, and they can count the dots to find the answer. Lots of different variations and ways you could do it. Dominoes are a really effective item in a busy bag, a really great tool because they go up higher than just the 6, and they come in a really cute case, so be on the lookout for that one. I have another video for you to watch next up here on the screen. I will see you over there. Make sure to click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up to show your love.